99X. It's the Morning X. Barnes and Leslie, we got our U2 winner. Everything is all square there. So another chance to win with Steve. Coming up on the Steve Show, your last few shots before Thanksgiving. Then we'll resume back on Monday. Getting into holiday spirit. Tomorrow the Queen will be here with, of course, all the things to do for the weekend. But it's great when it's a family week like this to see the Queen early.
You invite the family early.
Queen, this
Good morning.
We're doing a practice, sit around the table, and come up with stuff to say.
Where are the food fixins and the macs and the cheeses and such?
Not till Thursday.
Oh, okay.
But this is kind of a Thanksgiving roundtable, just, talking about stuff in the news, stuff just going on. One of the ones, and this is on purpose, not going to get political, but the whole thing with Elon Musk. You've got advertisers dropping off of Twitter like IBM, Disney, Lionsgate, the European Union have all pulled advertising in response to his post basically supporting anti-Semitism. It's, but just interesting to watch as Twitter already on life support if that could be the final blow.
No, the point is, can you separate people's...
Yes.
There's a ton... Yeah, that's what I think.
That is it. And that's an economic discussion at this point.
Yes.
Well, I wanted to ask if you guys wanted like a feel-good story first that's in the news or just something crazy.
I feel good.
Yeah,
Crazy.
You want the feel-good? Now what do I do?
Whatever you want, Leslie Fram.
Let's do the crazy one first. Then we save the feel-good.
She likes me more than
I
you
do.
want.
Have you've been reading all this craziness about F1 in Vegas, correct?
Mm-hmm.
The craziness surrounding that, I don't know, Queen looks puzzled.
F1?
Well, I mean, the practice session right out the gate, a manhole cover flew up and did $2 million damage on a Ferrari. Yeah, it's been and the people are really pissed because they're paying all this money to get all these, swanky hotel rooms supposedly watching the race, but they're really like a mile away.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, this is that Formula One event.
Yes.
In Vegas. Well, the crazy one is Heidi Klum. I don't know if you saw this, because there were a lot of celebs there, like Brad Pitt is there, everybody. Strutting topless.
Yes, I did.
Yes.
At F1 with her husband. Now, let's just say she's gorgeous.
She's hot, yeah.
She had, she did have this long black jacket on that kind of matched what she was wearing, but topless. Yeah. Fishnet
There are
tights.
And pantless.
And pantless and kind of showing sort of everything. And if you're Heidi, you can do that 'cause she's gorgeous.
Yes.
But I was like, why did you pick this event to go topless?
It's like a nude beach. There are people that should not be on the nude beach and people that should be, and she should be
all the
nude
time.
anywhere she wants to be.
Yeah, there's photos if you haven't seen them, and she's got a lot of laminates hanging down, but wow.
Yeah, she does have laminates, and that's not going to cover it. Did you remember when she came on in person on our show? I couldn't.
What year was that? That was
late 90s. I couldn't speak.
Yeah, you were speechless. I do remember
beautiful.
that.
And Jimmy was trying to hit on her, and she was like, I don't date little boys like you or something. It was like, and everybody was like, oh, snap.
Oh, no. Jimmy would hit on Heidi Klum?
Dude.
Hey, that man has got more self-confidence.
Back in the day, we could do a whole segment on how many of our guests he thought that he had a chance with, including Sheryl Crow.
Yeah, I remember that one. She was so sweet to him, though.
Tracy Lords, remember the porn star?
Oh, my God. Jimmy and a porn star, I would pay money for that date. I mean, just to hear him.
Heather Locklear?
You got the list.
No, I mean, I'm just off the top of
I
mind.
can see that.
Have either of you heard of the penny dating method?
Like Penny?
Yeah, penny.
No.
No, what is that?
It's a new thing going around on social, mostly on TikTok, of course. It's this trend called the penny method that it'll help men put out as little effort in a relationship as possible and still succeed. So follow this here. This is a woman, by the way, who's educating us on this.
Okay.
You drop your effort by 10%, and then you raise it by 5% over time. So the expectations are lower. Here, listen. Have her explain.
Okay.
Imagine a girl is a piggy bank. In order to get her interested, obviously at first you have to be feeding her $100 bills. But putting in $100 bills is a lot of work. So eventually you reduce it to 90. It's only 10%. So if she tries to bring it up, she's going to sound crazy at this point. The next thing you do is you bump it back up to 95. Now, instead of feeling like she lost 5, which is how she would feel if you went directly from 100 to 95, suddenly she feels like she's gained 5. Basically, you just keep repeating this cycle and weaning her off your effort until you get to the point where you're giving her pennies and suddenly she's excited to receive a nickel.
Who needs a shrink? Just go to TikTok, people.
She's talking
my
about
God.
prostitution. It's what she's
Oh my
talking
God.
about.
Yeah.
Getting a cheap prostitute. It's all that is.
But that's really a thing. So, ladies, if you're dating and you feel like they're pulling back a little bit, honestly, I wish we could have a dating story segment because all the people that we know single, every time we get together with them, their stories are getting more and more outlandish.
Always, yes.
You know
That's
who
all I
should
ever
do
hear
that
about.
segment? Jill. Jill Mellencamp should do that segment.
Jill
Mellencamp.
Nelson. You mean Jill Nelson?
Is it Nelson?
Does she have dating stories for us?
Yeah. She goes by Jill Nelson, Queen.
Oh, awesome.
Why, does
I
she
know
have
her
dating
personally.
stories?
Oh my God! Remember back in the day, she had that weird doctor that she did that show with, dating and sex stories.
That's true. That's
That
true.
was Yvonne that did that.
No, it was Jill. Me and her did a thing because I did it in drag with him one time.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, note to self. I do want to get. She starts, I believe, next week.
Yeah, let's get
doing,
some
She's
good
great
dating
with
stories.
she's great with dating stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
7 to
Good tip.
midnight.
Thanks, Queen. I have the feel-good story for you guys. I saw this and was like, okay, fine. I think a company's stepping up who has the ability and the financial wherewithal to stand up. This woman is on TikTok, of course, another TikTok story, and her car basically melted, mostly charred, and guess what survived after the car fire? Her Stanley tumbler.
I saw that.
Her Stanley tumbler. Now, the company is not only getting her a new Stanley tumbler, but a new car.
Wow.
Yes.
Game on.
That is.
Here she is talking about this on TikTok.
Everybody's so concerned about if the Stanley spills. But what about if it melts? It was in a fire yesterday. It still has ice in it.
Man, smart of her to post that on social media, but even smarter of the company to act.
I think so, because the company's like, by the way, thank you for showing how durable the Stanley is. So here's the president of the company.
Hey Danielle, my name is Terrence Riley. I'm the president of Stanley. And we've all seen your video. Wow, what an ordeal. And we're all really glad you're safe. Thanks for sharing the video because, wow, it really shows how our Stanleys are built for life. Because what it went through with you, I couldn't think of a better example of our product's quality. But anyway, we're glad you're safe. I've seen a lot of comments that we should send you some Stanleys. Well, we're going to send you some Stanleys. But there's one more thing. We've never done this before, and we'll probably never do it again, but we'd love to replace your vehicle. Yeah.
Wow.
All of us at Stanley, we'd really like to replace your vehicle. So check your DMs for details. Thanks. Be safe. Cheers.
Wow.
Check your DMs for a new car.
Wow.
Kind of a nice, like, holiday feel-good story. Think about
Love
Did she
it.
say what was in there? Did she have like
Junk.
Jack Daniels? I mean, maybe that explains why the car.
The
don't
ice
know.
was still in there, though. Way to go, Danielle.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy me a Stanley.
That
Thank
is
you, Stanley.
sweet. Can you imagine in the DM? Hey, check your. Whenever someone always says check your DM, it's usually
Yeah.
them begging for something. But this case, they're like, hey, we got the keys for your new car.
Good for her.
One last thing. 3 years ago, in the heart of the pandemic, everyone pretended to be upset about not being able to get together with extended family for the holidays, right? So
You're
now-
laughing
Yeah.
because
Well,
you're yeah.
Because it was the
You're
thing
getting
to do.
nervous.
It was the thing to do 3 years ago. So now that we're back, everyone's letting their true feelings be known. Check out this new survey. 45% of Americans would bail on a holiday gathering with family and friends to take a vacation solo. That's almost half the people surveyed
Yes.
would
Yes.
bail on family.
Yeah.
77% of Americans say that by the time the holidays roll around, they're going to need a vacation. And 27% say that their idea of a vacation is not traveling with family. In fact, 49% of people anticipate needing a break from their partner, and 46% think they'll need a break from their kids.
I love my husband, but I tell you, I want to go to the Bahamas. I want to go to where were you? How were you going to send me that time? Turks and Caicos.
Turks and Caicos.
I want Turks and Caicos by myself for like a week after. But I love my family.
Yeah, this is the non-feel-good story, but I love it. Yes, exactly.
What do you expect?
Come on.
Queen, I would like for you to come on the road with us at some point and see that side of it.
Oh, my God. I want to so bad.
We're going to get you out there.
That's a beautiful place.
Going to get you out there. So, like, keep in mind, all the travel going on over these next couple days are the worst of the year, and especially next Sunday coming back. Both the roads and if you're in the air, and especially if you're going to the Atlanta airport. But tell me if you've seen this in Nashville, Leslie, and you, Queen, here. Mm-hmm. All the people still with the support animals.
Oh,
Yes.
get over the support animals.
Yes.
I know.
It's very easy to get those, by the way.
There were more people getting on my most recent flight with support animals than people in, like, the first two segments.
It sounded like maybe Leslie is using.
I'm just saying it's not hard, but I can tell.
Okay.
But no, you're right, Barnes. It's like, okay, anybody with special needs or families or military, please board. And then you got support animals.
And those poor dogs. They're not supporting anything.
And this is no joke on the people who really need those.
Absolutely.
The joke is on the people who are like, they show up with a cockroach. Like, this is my support cockroach.
What?
Like, there's all kinds of random animals that are showing up as support animals.
And these celebrities, like, that show up with, what's her face? The Kardashian girl. She
All
supposedly did it, yeah.
Well, we'll see you tomorrow with your Thanksgiving report, but it's
Hi,
good.
girl.
It's good to have.
Thanks,
it's always
Queen.
good to have extra Queen.
I'm glad I was able to leave you with a piece of advice, Bards. A little piece of Queen goes a long way. That's what I've heard.
Next, an airport staple. It's a woman with service animals she clearly doesn't need.
Wow, ma'am, you are really going for it this year. 3 dogs?
Yeah, this one's for my rosacea, this one's for my eczema, and this one's for my anxiety.
And why do you have anxiety?
I'm traveling with 3 dogs!
Good morning, Egg.
With Barnes and Leslie.